So, what's it like to wake up in the middle of deep space and not know what's going on? Well, let's find out. Hi all, welcome back. Hal here, and well, we are back in Space Engineers. And as you can see, we are doing a little bit of a red ship start. For those who are not necessarily familiar with this game, it is one of the older voxel games. It's actually one of the first, if not the first, of the voxel open world survival games. Now, what makes this game, I don't know, special, I guess you could say, is the level of modification that's available not only within what you build in the game, but within the community as well. A lot of other games actually look to this one for the way that they've done their community management and workshop integration. And so, yeah, basically, it's us, what's left of a ship, and an asteroid. There's actually a bunch of other asteroids. There's even some planets out here if you head out far enough. And we'll definitely be taking a look at some of those. But for now, we need to get, basically our survival situation sorted out, because we don't really have a whole lot of stuff going for us right in this second. Now, there was a recent update to the game. What they have done is they've introduced these new custom skins, and, well, they're interesting, I'll say that. They don't do anything for the game other than to give you a little bit more ability to customize your character. Where there used to be, well, there still is, but you can actually create custom skins for yourself. But what they are is they're mods to the game. What the folks at Keen Software House have done has been to actually itemize these. Now, what that means is that when you find one, it actually goes into your Steam inventory and is accessible to the game. What you do is you just find one of your med bays, and it'll show you what's available depending on what you have selected. So right now, by default, it's everything for your character specifically, different types of armors. Now, I've got mechanical engineers or medieval engineers as well as being one of the old, I guess you could say, one of the old timers in the game for space engineers. So we end up with getting the veteran suit as well as a medieval suit. You can see the entire suit, you can see the gloves, you can see the boots, but they've also got skins for the tools that you can use. Now, I actually have found this one, which is called the cow. Well, it's a cow skin. It's a cow grinder for this one. So you get the black and white thing. I'm going to stay with the medieval. They have different things for drills, and they have rifles as well. You want a really colorful rifle? Make it look like a toy, right? Now, these things are being introduced into the game in a kind of an interesting way, actually. Make sure I've got all my stuff back out. Okay. If you see that greenish yellow text there where it says unknown signal, when you jump into a survival game, and this is true only for survival, regardless if it's multiplayer or solo, but as long as it's in survival mode, you'll get these unknown signals. And what they are, they're little, I guess for the lack of a better term, little probe. Like they're little ship builds. And they have a little cargo container on them, but there's a button. When you trigger the button, that actually triggers an in-game event. And what it does is it does a quick sanity check, and there's an RNG associated to it. If you win, you get an item. If you don't, then you get a little message saying try again elsewhere. These things have been popping up annoying. See, I was actually thinking about doing this whole playthrough as a little bit more of a storyline play. And that thing keeps popping up. I would say on average about every 5 to 6 minutes. I haven't gone more than that without having something pop up. So, yeah, they need to either allow us to disable those or I don't know, maybe slow them down but increase the chances of getting an item. Now, the nice thing is that those items that you get for these, because they are inventory items, you can actually sell them on the workshop. You can do trades with them just like you can any other item. So, what I need to do here, since we're kind of stranded here, we have some cobalt. We have some uranium up here. I think it is over here somewhere. Thought it was over here. Yes. Where did we put that uranium field? See? It's always bad when you lose the field of uranium. Oh, there it is. So we were able to get some power. For those who don't know, uranium is your primary power source unless you go photoelectric. We don't have the solar cells up and running right now, so this is what we've got. Alright, get back here. Big chunk of uranium. Right. No uranium floating into space. Now, as you can see, we do actually have I guess you call them like the ships turned on, the AI stuff, or some of the AI stuff at least turned on. And are you pick up? No, you are just a bit. Okay. There you go. If it's got collision, you can probably pick it up. Right. Like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and head back to the ship here really quick, because we're going to just go drop this stuff off so that we can get a little bit more resource processing. Now, like I said, one of the things that I really like about this game is the way that you can customize what you want to do in it. To give you an idea, let's look at some of the things that we can craft. These buttons are all from a mod. Right, so all the things you see with the little yellowish orange triangle, that's all mod. These pieces here are all from a mod. These are things that, as a player, if you know how to create the physical models and do the skinning and everything, you can actually build this stuff, put it into your game, as well as sharing it with others over the workshop. That is an awesome thing. And that's one of the reasons why I keep coming back to Space Engineers on and off over time. And you can see here a bunch more button mods. There's the maglock, which is also a mod. These little monitor pieces, this is actually from a kiosk set. Internal vent adapter. I think that is from this mod, the maintenance sorter mod, or the maintenance tube, or maintenance tunnel. We've got a mod in that will take away they've got this like texture over cameras. It takes that away when you're looking through the camera, and also takes the filter off of the LCDs, so the LCDs are clean as well. So we're actually doing a pretty straightforward playlist. We don't have a whole lot of mods. I think I've only got 8 mods loaded. For those that are interested, I'll create a series playlist, or a series mod list, that if you want to see which mods I'm using at any point in time, they will be on there. Hopefully by the time I get this episode out, which should be on Friday, that list should be together, but no guarantees. If it's ready, I'll have it down in the description. If it's not, shoot me a message on YouTube or over on Twitter, and I'll get the list out to you. All right, so as we were saying, recent updates. So one of the things that they've done is the parachute. They've now taken what was a community mod before, which was this parachute piece, and have brought this into vanilla along with some other things. This is one of the big changes for this particular build, and so we'll probably be playing with that a little bit. It really only works in atmosphere. I mean, you can use it in space, but it doesn't do anything for you. So this is another mod. It's a passageway mod, which is kind of funny because it's basically using what used to be the old ladder stairwell thing, ladder wells, which people started using as hallways later. So, yeah. Oh, passage stairs, and then passage with a door. Alright. Okay, so yeah, okay. So as I was saying, first things first, we need to get a better system into place as to how we're going to do things. I'm thinking that we're going to build a temporary base, probably just on the other side of the asteroid. Let's go ahead and get our power back up. So what we'll probably end up doing, building a base somewhere, maybe even, you know what I might do is I may put it here. Oh, that's bad. I still have a gyro. Forgot about that. Am I moving? Crap, I'm moving. Want that to turn on. Dampeners are on. Power or stuff is stopped. Okay. So we're going to turn those off. We are not going to touch the controls while we are in the pilot seat again. Right. So what we're saying is that basically on the far side of this asteroid, I'm thinking I'll dig into it a little bit. And what we'll end up with is an area over here that ends up being our primary base. And as you can see, we've got iron pretty much to the entire thing. So what I'll do, I mean, I could even build on the surface of this if I really wanted to. So let's go ahead and get this. Yes, keep those actually. We're gonna get this. So I don't have any blocks. I don't have the appropriate materials to build this yet. But I'm just trying to figure out if we do that. Because then we have iron directly below us. We don't need much space. Short term. Long term, we're going to need a lot of space. Okay. Oh, so the new update, the little pods that you have that you go and rescue, or you get over to get the chance for something collectible. I have to say it's actually kind of interesting. The pods themselves. Alright, so that would be an up direction there. So if we do, you know what, I want to put us in a position where we can actually get a lot of solar power. Let's go ahead and anchor you there. Okay, I'm going to just do my standard 5x5 here. And the reason I'm doing this is it gives me just enough room to put in the stuff that I really need for life support. And it gives me enough of an area that if I need to later, I can build down on or build up on, whichever. Now, I don't actually have to do that particular piece. That's one of the nice things about the game, is that it does have structural integrity, but it's basically the structural integrity is consistent only within its own structure. What that basically means is that if I grind out this piece here and then grind out this piece here, this block will actually float away, or it'll be completely detached, however you want to look at it, which means it can float away because it is completely detached. So what we're going to look to do here is let's go. Now this is our solar panel. We're actually going to drop this down there so that I can do 2 of these. And then we are going to place you there. I'm going to put 2 of those in as well. The reason being is that batteries are kind of interesting in the fact that, you know, they store power for you. The way that this game is set up, you can have multiple power sources. You have solar power, you can have a reactor, and you can have batteries. And what will happen is, they finally, a couple of patches ago now, it's a couple of months now, they finally got it sorted so that if you have all three present, it'll go from the solar power first. If solar power is not producing enough, or it is not producing anything, then it goes to batteries. If the batteries are not producing enough or are drained, then it goes to reactor. What this allows you to do is to have a system set up that basically prioritizes the way that power is done, and you can bypass that by turning the devices completely off. So, but it gives you a lot more control and a lot of options when it comes to how you're doing things. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. Alright. So since we've got that done, let's come up here. We're just going to throw some of these parts into one battery. So we just need power cells and computers. Solar cells and computers. So I need 64 solar cells, which I think I have the materials for. I hope. We'll find out. I know I have the computers. I don't know if I have the solar cells. Let's take a look here. I don't think I have the solar cells. Like I said, basically all we're really doing at this point is trying to get... is trying to get things together. Nickel and silicon. I think I have nickel. Yes. Have you processed that? There you go. Alright. So we have more than enough nickel. Let's go over here to the production tab. We are going to queue up, how many did I say I need? 64, so 128. So you do a shift click, it'll give you 100. Do a control click, it gives you 10. And a single click gives you 1. Need to turn this on. It is on. Why is it not? Is it not connected? Let's see here. Should be connected to the refinery, I thought. I mean, it may not, but... it's connected to the conveyor. The conveyor is connected through there. Oh, you know what it is? Ah, crap. I think the problem... that's running down through there. It goes to the assembler. Assembler should have access to it. Does the assembler not have access to it? Okay, well this will tell us really quickly. No, I can... So put that there. Alright. And what do we need? Silicon is the other one, right? Let's start producing this. How much do we need? 341. So I'm not sure why the assembler isn't pulling from it appropriately, I should say. Ah, that would be why. Oh, bloody rot. Okay. Alright, so it's making the things that we need. Oh, man. Okay. What were we doing? Oh, we went to the refinery. That's right. Okay, so it's got almost enough silicon. We know we have enough uranium processed for now, so I'm not going to worry too much about it, but we do need the silicon and nickel. We can go up here, start working on our base. And I think what I'm going to do is let me go ahead and take care of some of this offline, or off camera, I should say. I'll bring it back when we've got a little bit more done. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to get the beginnings of our base in. So we'll get the foundation in, which is what I'm working on right now. We'll get this platform welded up. We'll get some storage over here, get some things set up, and hopefully get everything up and running. All right, so we will be right back. And we're back. So we've gotten a bit done today. It's still don't have gravity in here, unfortunately. But as you can see, we have a very, very basic base. We are completely sealed in. We have windows so we can see what's going on outside. Even have a little bit of a window over here. Show you really quickly what's going on. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell or not, but if you look down in the bottom left corner, you'll notice that my helmet is open. What this means is that we have oxygen in here, which is awesome. You can also tell by the vent and that it's green. Let's go ahead and put our visor on. Now what we have done is we've actually used the hallway with the door. Let's go ahead and close this to give us a ridiculously rudimentary airlock. So we lose pretty much no air between the transition process from interior to exterior. Now we did just a very simple base, made it basically a little bit of a pillbox, just to give us, you know, that much more headroom in there. And then one of the things that we did is we went ahead and moved the big cargo container up here. I'm also going to move our assemblers and things up here. And what we're going to do is, as you can see here, this is piped through to the small ones. That's intentional because what I want to be able to do is while I'm in there, I don't want to have to come out and get stuff. If I need something like, say, to swap out my oxygen tanks, hydrogen, whatever. We've put in a large oxygen tank here. We moved the oxygen generator, or the ice evaporator, whatever you want to call it, over here. And we actually did a little bit of ice mining too. Wow, we used 10K filling that tank. Okay. So we do have a little bit of ice over here. Goes nicely with the giant iron deposit that we crashed into. You carry around here a little bit further. And is it up? I think it's up a little bit, right? It's like up on top up here. Yes, there it is. So we have more iron up here. We've got the uranium. I think we may have... Is that... No, it's just more uranium. Okay. I thought I saw some nickel in here, but I don't know. We're going to have to build a large ore detector for that. So next up, we have our base. We need a ship because we need minerals. And some of the minerals we need, I know, are not in this meteor, or I'm fairly certain are not here. Things like silver, nickel, if it's not here, cobalt. We need all of that stuff. And as you can see, we've got a bunch of areas around us that we can go mining. However, that means we're going to need a mining vessel. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to partially keep some of this. I'm thinking what we're going to do is there's a large reactor in each of these nacelles. I'm thinking I'm going to break one of them down and relocate it over here. Let me show you what I'm thinking. Basically, we're going to cut everything down this line, either on this block or this block. I may do it on this block. We'll see how the resources work out. But that means I'm going to have to relocate all of the additional thrusters. I'm also going to cut off basically everything from about here forward. So this entire front section is going to go away. Now the idea is that doing this, you know, basically things like the refinery, I've already moved the oxygen generator, I've already moved the assembler, that's what I need. I'll have to move the assembler, the refinery. I'm thinking I'm going to move both of those actually inside here. And then, like I said, from about here forward is going to go away. What we'll do is we'll end up putting a small dock, like don't want to call it a docking ring, but basically a hallway. You know, so we'll take all of this stuff out. Basically, this entire section is going to get ground down and out. As you can see, I've already started taking apart this reactor. Ooh, don't want to lose parts. Okay. So, yeah, basically that's what we've got going on. So when we come back next time, we will probably do a bit of a time lapse. Let's go ahead and open this. We put in another one of the sliding doors here. Oh, there we go. So we can close this. We can open this, and we put in the hallway and stairs because it made it a little bit easier getting around in here. And as you can see, this room is also pressurized. Now, we don't have an oxygen generator on board the ship now. So what we'll need to do is to place the oxygen generator back in here. We're going to splice it into the system. I'm probably going to put it back here. We'll put the reactor... I'm not sure what we're going to do with the reactor. Honestly. We'll have to figure out a place for it, because it'll need to be in a place where we can get the conduit to it, the conveyors, so that we can keep it supplied. So what I may end up doing is I may end up reworking... Oh, I don't know. Pardon me. Middle of the night for me, so... Oh yeah, but I was going to say I'll probably end up reworking this section here where we'll mount the reactor back in here somewhere. What is in there? Is that... Okay, so that's the med room. Good to know. So yeah, basically what we'll end up doing is we'll probably take those 3 blocks out, mount the reactor here on the bottom of this thing, and then build a small piece of armor around it. Basically close in the room, and then we'll have the oxygen generator tied into all of this as well. That way everything's basically feeding into each other. Makes it just that much better when we're actually doing resource processing. Okay, so we have a game plan. Also means I'm going to have to rework the thruster layout and such. So basically all of this is going to go away eventually. So we've got, yeah, a bit of a plan for the next couple. And I'm going to go hit this. You know what? Crap. I've got full inventory. Quick. Let's go doing a little bit of a unknown signal exploration. Maybe we'll get lucky, and since we're on camera, maybe we'll actually get something nice for once. Probably not, but you never know. Never hurts to go check, right? So yeah, that's basically what we've got going on now for the next couple episodes. It should be... The next few are probably going to be a lot of just the building and deconstruction, so if you enjoy that stuff, you're definitely going to check it out. Oh man, I think this is the one that tries to run away from me. Are you the one that tries to run away? You are the one that tries to run away. I hate that. It's like, hi. Alright, it's going to be one of those days. And see, the problem is that doing this, you run the risk of blowing up the thing you're trying to get to. Was that enough? I'm hoping that was enough. Will you get over here? So you'll get this little thing, you hit it, hey, look, I got a second grinder. Alright, at least they're tradable. I think I destroyed the cargo pod, didn't I? That doesn't surprise me. Alright, can I get in there? You are conveyor? You are conveyor. Yeah, looks like I destroyed the cargo. Oh well. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's in the middle. So the different buttons do different things. That's okay. Normally, like I said, that's really the bad one. I really hate getting this one. Because everything basically, it's just, yeah, it's an annoyance. So you are a conveyor. Actually, let's take you apart first. We're just going to go ahead and grab this stuff. It's unfortunate that I blew up the container, because the container actually has all like additional parts in it. So even if you don't get something in the giveaway, you can still get some decent stuff out of it. I've actually gotten all of my tier 2 stuff, like all the tier 2 tools. That's where I got them from. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to grind this down. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. It's been a long day. This has actually gone a little bit longer than I was expecting. I want to thank you all for stopping in today. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And if you really enjoyed it, share it with your friends, family, whatever, social media, however you want to share it, wherever you see fit. Ooh, pick up ice. Oh, there was a small oxygen generator on that thing. Holy crap! All right, we're out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific week, and hope you enjoy your weekend. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Now, do I really want to go hit that thing? Yeah, let's go try it.